Hello guys, Furball the Hammy, your friendly neighborhood hamster, is back again for another video. It's been almost 2 years since I started my journey on Hypixel Skyblock on the 13th of June 2019. I began like most players as a co-op, starting off with a grind with an undead sword, getting lapis armor, and then finally being able to grind for diamonds to work towards hardened diamond armor. Me and my friends then decided to tackle the nether one day to get our hands on ember rods and magma armor, which were really good last time. In fact, the third best sword behind the aspect of the end and the pigman sword back then. The old days were simple, fun, straightforward and memorable. There wasn't much of a grind to do outside of sitting around and building magma cube farms for magma armor, grinding for emeralds for the elusive emerald armor back then, and maybe grinding for a pigman sword with another AFK pig farm. Life really wasn't that complicated or that grindy. Fast forward to the day when the end was released, everything prior to the end's release was made irrelevant. Players had to grind for ender armor like how we did for lapis armor in the old days of Hypixel Skyblock before being able to move on to the zealots and one-tap them for 13,000 damage, which was a lot back then in 2019 when we had less than 30 talismans or etc, right? And as more and more updates came in, such as fishing which rivaled emerald armor when you collected all 24 emerald skulls, our first spooky event, Slayers, which was and is still one of my favorite updates, new foraging islands, our first Jerry's Island event, dungeons, farming competitions, mayors, god potions to replace the good old days of splashing, and of course the mining update, also known as the Dwarven Mines. We have come a long way from 2019 and I'm glad to have been part of this community when I was most active in 2020 and started my YouTube channel on the 14th of December 2019. I won't forget about the good old days when I was extremely active in Slayers and dungeons and with all the players I talked to and had fun with, namely just a few people to list down: Whirlpool, Big Hero 6, Agent Lai, Pixel Club, Vegan Toast, M Silent, Alan1396, and the list could really go on for hours. The fun joys of getting our first overflux, digested mosquitoes, Necron's handle, Warden's heart, and so much more. I guess my screams were cringe looking back at it now, but I'm a pretty expressive person when it comes to being with people who I know very well for the most part, such as Agent Lai, which I used to play with a lot back then.
Okay, negative profit. That's what one is.
Oh! Necron's handle! Oh shit!
No way!
Oh my god! Oh my god, I got it! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yo, football.
Necron's handle!
Okay then.
Necron! Handle! Necron! Necron! Oh my god! Oh my god!
You okay there?
Oh my god! I did it!
Ultimately, I don't regret my time spent in the past 2 years on Skyblock and over a decade of Minecraft, and being able to see the passage of time and the history of Minecraft servers unfold in front of my eyes like a book. With servers such as Mineplex and the Hive which used to dominate Minecraft servers being now defunct and with a declining population. Having played Minecraft since my young age of 9 till 19 this year, looking back at my history, I can't help but feel a sense of melancholy silence, realizing that time has flown by so fast, making friends online for months and maybe even years just to move on and to forget after a server went defunct or died. Seeing old servers which I played on being erased entirely from existence when I go back to them, and seeing how the world and people around me move on to other games while I still stuck through with Minecraft. Of course, while this journey may have had many setbacks, sadness and anger, I won't discount it for the childhood, friendships and the community that I now have today. However, as of right now, and after weeks and months of consideration about the future of myself and even this channel, I have decided that now will be a good time to resign from my Minecraft career and to leave the community. For how long, even I am unsure, but I'll be back from time to time to check out updates, but probably not to grind them as I used to. It's not that I have lost interest in Minecraft, but it's more of the future that I worry about. Not that Minecraft is going to die, absolutely not. I would be devastated if it died because it is ultimately still my childhood and many memories. Even if I don't play it, I will still be quite sad if I see that nobody plays it anymore and basically no one could experience the joys which I once used to experience. But what I've come to terms with is the fact that I don't see myself playing Minecraft for another decade or even a few more years to come. I have other interests which I wish to pursue and to learn from, which I personally feel adds way more value to my life, that being anime, light novels, and visual novels, and even books in general. Yes, I mean, quite funny, right? Imagine this loser thinking that anime is somehow more value adding to his own life. Funny, right? Yeah, that's what I thought as well. But the further I dug deeper and went through more and more books, movies, anime, and even more visual novels, I've realized that these forms of entertainment are truly something that adds value to my life personally. While of course not all types of anime, visual novels, and light novels are supposed to add value and provide philosophical thoughts to challenge your beliefs, and some are purely for enjoyment, which I do agree with. However, there is a whole genre of anime and novels which add so much more thought and introspection into my life. Something as simple as a popular short novel, which I'm pretty sure most of you guys would know, such as Doki Doki Literature Club, which I just finished this week and was my first visual novel by the way. It gave me a whole new realm of thought, that video game characters gaining sentience in game, knowing the freedom of the outside world, yet being trapped in a game with no real autonomy or choice, but only limited to the few lines of code with no end in sight, as games are timeless and they never truly die as long as their files and codes exist. Imagine being doomed to such a world for all eternity. It truly adds fear and introspection to your thoughts, making you think of perspectives which you never once thought of. Beyond that, such games and anime also portray the reality of mental illnesses such as family abuse, depression, and obsessive disorders, and it doesn't just stop there. A few examples of these are Welcome to the NHK, School Life, Higurashi, and so much more. I do know that some of you guys may ask, why not do both at the same time? Well, simply put, I'm in the military and at the moment, I only get to go home 2 days a week. For 48 hours, excluding sleeping time even, is the only time I will have to myself and me alone. I simply can't afford spending 8 to 12 hours grinding and editing a video every single week. It's tiring and exhausting for my mental health, and I really want to have the best of both worlds. But as I grew up, I realized that I just can't have my cake and eat it. I have to pick one of them. So some of you guys may be asking, does that mean I quit playing Minecraft to be a weeb? Well, no, but maybe yes. I still play games like Hearthstone and rhythm games like Cytus Demo and Muse Dash. I also play some indie horror games I find on Steam, but that's about it for games. It's not that Minecraft doesn't give me enough meaning, it's simply because Hypixel Skyblock drains too much of my time as an adult, or basically as a growing adult. It's simply because Hypixel Skyblock drains too much of my time, and for that time spent, it doesn't satisfy my interest enough. When you only have 30 hours a week to yourself, can you really justify spending 10 hours of it on something that you enjoy maybe only half of the time? I just can't do it anymore. Hearthstone gives me the joy of theory crafting decks, and climbing to diamond with the worst class, and still being satisfied without spending hundreds of hours a month. Anime, visual novels, and manga are able to entertain me when I'm down, and are even able to help me learn more about myself, my own perspectives, and my own flaws. Rhythm games are skill-based games which give me the satisfaction of beating something with skill and skill alone. These are the things that I truly value the most when I only have a limited amount of time. I've learned throughout YouTube that my decision to create this channel was more because of an inferiority complex, where I've always felt that I was never good enough and I wanted to prove my worth more. And I realized that starting from Hypixel Skyblock would be easier to grow because I was coincidentally really good at it back then. However, today, I've decided to start YouTube on a different path, on the terms of my own interests and mine alone. I do YouTube not because I feel lacking or inferior today, but because I want to share my love for things that I enjoy. And with that, I know many of you guys may be disappointed in my sudden absence, and I do apologize for it. But for the sake of my sanity and my interest and even my future, I made this heartbreaking decision which even I can't fully come to terms with as of right now. Lastly, before I end this video, special thanks to Terra, whose channel I will link in the description below. He or she is an amazing animator and artist who helped me design my channel's logo, Furball the Hammy, and draws and makes cute little hamster designs and animations to cheer me up on my worst days. Thank you, Tara, for being such an amazing friend. And with that, I will see you guys in the near future, maybe on my next channel as I'll be going on for a break. And yes, this may be the last time I'll be saying this, but with that, this is Furball the Hammy, your Slayer Maniac, signing out. Thank you so much for this journey. The best of luck in your future endeavors, and thank you so much.